Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 71 of Raise the Halt, possibly the most important episode we've had in a long, long time. First up today, we play Arsenal in the league, and look at this. We have had a little bit of a slip-up. We're 7 points behind with a game in hand. If we lose this, I think the league is done. A draw is the absolute worst we want so that we can win again a game in hand and end up only 4 points behind. But let's have a look how we got into this situation. You can see we've had 2 games since the last episode. We absolutely hammered Liverpool. Then we went and played Arsenal and played Everton, and we got absolutely mugged. Now, let me be clear that we were poor in this game. It was just complacency, it seemed. I don't know why we decided we weren't going to turn up, but we did not turn up. We never looked like scoring, but we got absolutely mugged. They scored from their only shot on goal, and it was a counter-attack from our attacking corner. They just lumped it upfield. Whoever it was, Kalu that scored, got in behind us and scored. It was an absolute mugging, but we at no point deserved to win that game. So we're a little bit unlucky to lose, but we cannot say we deserve to win. Then we played Newcastle. We won this without being at our best, but we did have, as you can see, 3 injuries that made it very difficult for us. And on that front, as I said, things have not gone to plan since last episode. We've lost Gonzalez for 3 to 4 months. That's essentially his season. He might be back for the very end of the season. But yeah, I mean, 3 months from February is mid-May, so we may be done with Gonzalez for the year. And then we lost Golini because he got injured. He's done for a month as well. So we are quite weakened by that. Ben Davies ended up just being a few days. He won't quite be fit for this Arsenal game, but the second game's episode, of course, is the first knockout round of the Champions League against CSKA Moscow. He'll be back for that. So let's have a look at the team we're going with here. It is essentially the strongest team that we have. You can see we're being a little bit more conservative in midfield, and we have Patrick Roberts on the bench. But we have Pereira in goal. We don't really have an option there. We might even look at... Oh, no, we'll keep him at sweeper keeper. We don't want to change too much. Then we have Van Drongelen, Magnelli, and Kone. Nothing changed there. We're going with Mings at left wing-back and Stamankovic. I just think Mings is a little bit more solid than Alex, so we have him on the bench if something should happen to Mings. Lima, Ali, and Luis Felipe in midfield. We're going for a little bit more solid midfield. We know Arsenal are good, and like I say, a draw we can just about recover from because if we win our game in hand, it would leave us 4 points behind them. If we lose this, then we're in big trouble. And then we're going with Cameron is coming in for Gonzalez and Wilson up top. We're going to try Cameron as a complete forward rather than a target man. We just want to see how it goes. I don't really want to experiment in a game like this, but needs must. All right, so we can see how Arsenal are lining up here now. Don't tend to do too well against this formation, but we'll see how we go. Rebrov's has challenge where they picked off. Now, we weren't that great against Newcastle. I think we need some passion in our team talk. We've got nothing to lose here. I think I like that. And then some calm. We have faith. And hopefully this will get us out of the blocks quickly. All right, will this be the biggest game Villa Park sees before we move out into the season? I certainly hope not. I hope that there are bigger games to come, but like I said, if we lose this, I think our defense of the title could be done. I don't know that we can overcome 7 points with not that much of the season to go, given the Arsenal's form as well. The ball into the box there, it's just cleared away. Are they going to counter-attack us here? Come on, get a foot in. We're getting men battle straight through the middle. Iwobi, oh, he's done him. Oh, decent save from Pereira. It's still with him. Good defending, good block. It's Kone with the foot in there. Let's give him a concentrate. Let's make sure we clear this corner. Of course, something that has happened since last episode too was Gabio Bonlahor. It looks like he's leaving Villa at the end of the season, which I think is a little bit sad. I mean, the last few seasons haven't been fantastic, have they? But I think, you take back, when he first broke into the team, and he's been at the club for over a decade, and he was really important for a while there. There's not that many one-club men kicking around anymore, so I think it'll be sad to see him leave. But if his last serious act in the Villa shirt is that goal against Birmingham in the Holte End last season, I was there for that, by the way. It was amazing. Loved sitting in the Holt for that one. Yeah, but if that's his last act, then it's not a bad way to go out, is it? I think he will be fondly remembered down the line once this current run of form is put behind us, hopefully with promotion this year. Though automatic promotion looking a little bit more unlikely now, isn't it? See what Mings can do here. Gets a ball into the box. Not quite there. Dele Alli, no. It's going to go to Lima. We keep the ball. Luis Felipe, what can he do? We've got a run in there from Stamajkovic. He's gone to the outside. Can he find a ball into the box? Surely he can. It's gone to the back post. Makes the goal! That is what Tyrone Mings does. He is so good in attack. He's got such a good leap on him. Bullets the header in. But look at this. A nice ball to find Stamajkovic. Stamajkovic to the byline. Dinks out across and powered in by Tyrone Mings. I know we don't play him as much as we used to. And he's not always the best defensively, but I really like Tyrone Mings. We had Everton were offering close to 10 million for him. I just refused to sell him. He's just such a good utility player. He can play at the back. He can play at left back or left wing back if needed. I just think he's a really, really valuable member of the squad. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Can we defend this, please? Stamajkovic clears it kind of into Dele Alli. I think more into Dele Alli, or at Dele Alli more than anything else. But that's a nice little bit of play. Luis Felipe with time, not much space, ever closing space. He's found Van Drongelen out to Mings. Look at the width we're playing with here, pinging it around. Mings back inside to Luis Felipe. Look at the space in midfield. He's gone over for Stamajkovic. Can he get to the byline again? He can. Can he dink out across to Cameron? Oh, it's just nicked in the defender ahead of him. Iwobi's turning into a really dangerous player. Whenever you see sort of the scores ticking through, it seems like he is always scoring for Arsenal. He's a little bit like Arsenal's James Wilson, I'd say. All right, Stamajkovic, he gets the cross in again to the back post. Wilson, goal! What a goal! What a goal. That is massive. It's 2-0 up. We need to win this game, don't we? And that's a good start. Now, we don't want to get too complacent here. The system, Rebrov's telling me, whispering in my ear, concentrate, Aussie Villain, concentrate. Don't get carried away. But let's get a little bit carried away. That's 2-0. It has been an even game, though, hasn't it? 50-50 possession. You know, we're just shading shots on target, that they've had actual more shots on goal. They're not playing that well. We are doing okay. We're doing okay, so let's give them a concentrate. We need to try and make sure we're coming into half-time with a clean sheet. Luis Felipe stands over this free kick, plays it back to Dele Alli. It looks like we're in a bit of a dead end there, doesn't it? Can we try and build something here? Alli, nice ball in for Lima. Lima shoots! Oh, just over the bar. 3-0 would be absolutely, well, be rude, wouldn't it, really, to do that, but we would take that. I'm happy with 2-0 though, if we can get out with 2-0. I should just a quick reminder too that obviously tomorrow there's going to be a bonus episode, the Carabao Cup final, hoping to turn Good Friday into a Great Friday, if that's not too corny. Sky Sports would go with that, wouldn't they? They'd advertise it as Great Friday. I think we're going to go with an assertive, don't let your performance levels drop. And then we can just go through these, as I said before, these individual team talks can get a little bit tedious now. I'm going to edit them out and we'll come back for the second half. Okay. Yeah, all we've done there is just individually tell players that if they need to be better, then tell them they need to be better, and otherwise just tell them to sort of keep it going. I always look at 6.7, it's like my cutoff. If they're playing a 6.7, I tell them they need to do better. 6.8 kind of depends on the player. If it's a young player, then I'll tell them they're doing fine. If it's a more experienced player, then I'll tell them to lift their game. 6.9 and up, I usually just say they're doing fine. Now we've got some space out wide here. Stamajkovic, can he get in across? Look at these, get these men, the better of him every time. It's gone fallen to Dele Alli. Oh, it's not quite there. Wouldn't the ex-Tottenham man love a goal against Arsenal? It's a big opportunity for Dele Alli, actually. He has kind of gone out of the side a little bit because he just wasn't performing consistently enough. So we've been going with Luis Felipe and, of course, Patrick Roberts. He's coming for this one just because he wanted that little bit more solid midfield. That's a decent cross in to Luis Felipe. If he goes back out to Stamajkovic into Dele Alli, oh, it's off the crossbar. I thought that was going over by a mile, but it's come back off the crossbar. We'll get the corner out of this. Let's see what we can do. Let's give them a concentrate. I feel like no matter what happens from this, if they score, we score, and nothing happens, concentrate is still the right call. It's gone out for Dele Alli. Can he find a shot? Can he find a shot? No. Conrad Lima, though, he gets the rebound. If he can find in Dele Alli, look at the space in here for someone to run into there. Luis Felipe, I think it's just got to go back in the box here, guys. We've got no width. All right, try and keep possession. Let's not get done here. Alleys, there is space in there. Look at the space out wide. Is that going to be our throw? It is going to be our throw. I don't want to necessarily tell them to play with any more width. They're getting frustrated. That is only a good sign for us. I think it might just be a case of just concentrate as the shout on the way home here. Conrad Lima isn't having his best game. The problem with the injury to Ben Davies is meant that it did kind of ruin our bench a little bit because I had to put Mings. An injury there. So let's bring. Who do we bring on? The problem with Cameron is that he is the height. We'll bring on the Boob. We might play him as more of in a support role, so he drops a little bit deeper in here. And just try and fill in that gap a little bit and leave Wilson up top to poach. We have a week before the Moscow game, so we don't have to worry too much about, fatigue because there's plenty of time to recover. And by taking Cameron straight off, hopefully, usually those injuries are sort of 3-4 days, so hopefully he will too be back for that first leg. But I was saying, because we had to play Mings instead of Ben Davies, Mings sort of covers left back and centre back, which allows us to sort of have an extra midfield option on the bench. But we don't have anybody else that can do that. So to cover for Mings being injured, I had to put a left back and a centre back on the bench. So we've gone with Ahmed Zovic, who can sort of play as a deeper defensive midfielder. That's a foul, isn't it? Yes. So it's just, limited our options on the bench slightly. Oh, he's off. Well, that makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it? So they're down to 10 men. We're 2-0 up. Surely, we can hang on from here. All right. We might look at taking this opportunity just to maybe rest Luis Felipe and just blood Dixon. He's a really good youngster, so we don't lose too much, but it is a good opportunity to play him. I'm wondering if it's a good opportunity as well just to rest. There's only 5 minutes to go. Surely we're fine now. Just rest Demonkovic and give James Bree a quick run out. Just keep his match fitness up if nothing else. So our 3 subs done. Give them one last concentrate, and I think let's not say that yet. Can we defend the corner? Oh, it's a little bit dodgy. It's very dodgy. Oh, this makes things anxious, doesn't it? All right, so let's pause this, and let's just start and slow this down. We maybe should have done this earlier, but we'll just retain possession. We will just stay on our feet, more disciplined, stick to positions. We will be structured, and I've actually done this the wrong way around, but that's okay. We'll wait till those changes go, and then we'll go in and do it the other way. We just need to put our wing backs. I just couldn't quite get that clear. Need to put our wing backs to defensive, like so. I think that should do that. Oh, we don't want to go and drop points here. I think we can... Oh, no, we can't say anything. Let's just wait for the full-time whistle, please. Blow it up, ref. Blow it up. There it is. Well, that was a little bit more tense than I was hoping and expecting when they went down to 10 men. That almost came back to bite me, didn't it? We almost had the crowd singing, "You don't know what you're doing." But thankfully, we got away with it. A bit of a Jekyll and Hyde performance. No, I don't think so. I think it was... Well, say it was special. And let's get on to the Champions League. All right, there it is. Heart-stopping as it was, we are now 6 points behind with... So we must have been we're 4 points behind, maths, with a game in hand. So that puts us right back into that league race, doesn't it? That was a massive, massive 3 points for us. Villa defeat 10-man Arsenal. Wenger laments disappointing Arsenal showing. Williams is out 5 to 8 days, so he's going to miss that game, isn't he? He's going to miss the Champions League. We'll be back in just a second with that game. I don't know, do we start the boob? I'm not sure. Probably the boob. We'll see how we go. Okay, here we go. Champions League is back. CSKA Moscow. You can see we're favourites even though we're away from home. Given that we won our group, we probably should be favourites for this round, shouldn't we? This is the team we're going with. Pereira in goals, Van Drongelen, Magnanelli and Kone. Ben Davies is back fit, so he comes in along with Stemenkovic down the wings. We're going with Lima and Dele Alli as a box-to-box midfielder. We've got Luis Felipe on the bench. Then we have more or less, well, not quite the Holy Trinity at all. We've got Patrick Roberts and we've got the Boob, Cacao, alongside Wilson up top. Jordan Cameron, you can see he's on the bench. He's probably not quite fit to start, but we have him there if needed. And we are saving Callum Mosley for the Carabao Cup final, which of course is going to be shown as a special episode tomorrow. Go out there and impress me. I think we want to do passionate, don't we? Because that seemed to work last time. And then we're on a good run, go out and impress me. That's gone down horribly. Can we get him back with some calm faith? It looks like maybe we can rescue that. We have. So we've got away. We've dodged a bullet there. Let's go out and hopefully put some bullets in the back of the net. How's that? This episode is just all corn, isn't it? So apologies for that. But let's see how we go here. Ideally, what I'd like to do is get into a comfortable position, and then for the second leg, we can give the likes of Callum Mosley, Dixon, Maven Joyce in midfield, Doyle Hayes, try and rest some of our proper, really quality first team players, and give some of the other guys that are more than adequate, but not quite at that same level, give them a go. That's a horrible pass from the Boob. Is this going to cost us? Oh, Magnanelli, what are you doing? What is that? That is an absolute horror show. Okay, so we'll just give them a concentrate. I don't think we need to panic necessarily. We'll play with some more width, though. The Boob with an absolute horror pass. And then what is Magnanelli doing here? Look at this. He's in a decent enough position. It's just drifted over his head. Kone's asleep. And we are down 1-0. So not the start we wanted, fair to say. So maybe those players that were looking switched off in the pre-match team talk remained switched off. Can we get that clear? We can. Dele Alli, well done. The Boob chases it down. We've got men. Look at that. They've got no one back. Wilson's in behind. We've got 3 men going into the box on the top there. Look at that. Can we get a cross into the back post? Go on, Wilson. He gets the ball in. It's there. It's not quite where we needed it, though, was it? They did probably get back okay in the end. Lima, nice ball inside the defender. Stemenkovic for Wilson. Got to be. It's got to be Wilson. What a good counter response that was. You've got to say, defenders kind of let him walk in, but Stemenkovic just picked him out beautifully. It was a tap-in. We'll just quickly move on from that verse there. But there we go, back to 1-1. That's an away goal too, which of course is absolutely crucial. The Boob is having a nightmare. Let's hope he improves. Ben Davies up to Roberts. That's a nice first-time pass for Wilson. Can he pick up the Boob in the middle? He can. The Boob isn't good in the air. That's the sacrifice that we make when we don't have Cameron or what's his face, Gonzalez in the team. Oh, it's a fruity challenge, that one from Lima, but he's got away with it. Won the ball, which is good. Can he get a pass in here? We've got to be space. There's space for Ali out to Stemenkovic. He's gone into the Boob. It's all too narrow, isn't it? It's all too narrow right now. Getting the ball back, though, which is good. Can Ben Davies pick out a cross? You know what I think we might need to do here is change the crosses to low, because we might have them float. Oh, Patrick Roberts, how's he missed? They've got the ball. The highlight continues. That's surely going to be end the highlight. I'm pretty sure we need to just switch that to low crosses. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. It's not affecting the way we play too much. It just means that our crosses will be more to the liking of our short, unable to jump strike, our leadened shoe strikers. There's the Boob. It's a nice sort of run. He finds Wilson. Nice for Wilson. Was that a save? I think that was post. Oh, unlucky Wilson. That was a little bit better from the Boob, though. That's what we want him to do. Let's go with a demand more here, because you can see match ratings aren't great. Ben Davies knocks it in for Wilson. He gets onto the end of his own cross, almost there. Ali. Oh! That could not have been too far away. The boob is just absolutely stinking it up. But, I mean, he's not the only one, though. He's not having a good game. We've had 9 shots, though, only 2 on target, which is, of course, a problem. Can we... Oh, we just let him in again. What are we doing defensively? We're in absolute shambles. We're going to have some serious words. Let's just give him show some passion for now. It's essentially half-time. There's not going to be too much more, but that's Kone again, isn't it? That's just let his man go. There's absolutely nothing on here. He's just letting him... Oh, is he offside? No, he's probably not offside. But Kone has just got his eyes closed. I don't know what he thinks he's marking, but it's certainly not a Moscow player. So this is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than we had hoped, isn't it? So it's going to be... Is it time for aggressive? We haven't been good. Assertive or aggressive? We'll go assertive. And then just a few individual, still not happy. Roberts, I'm actually getting annoyed when I don't care if you're stressed, Patrick Roberts. You've missed an absolute sitter for a start. All right, that seems to have worked for most, except for Patrick Roberts. Needless to say, his time in the game could be short unless that attitude improves. So we'll go attacking now. We might even go mixed passing as well. Just try and, if we need to get it forward a little bit more, get it forward. We'll lift the tempo as the urge to start singing again comes over me. All right, Patrick Roberts. This is just going to be a kickoff highlight in all likelihood. So I think we can shelve ideas of Callum Mosley and Dixon and some of the other youngsters getting a go in the second leg because, I mean, this has been absolutely woeful. We're going to be lucky to get out of this leg the way we go. Oh, it's only 1 goal down. We should be fine. But you wouldn't want to be coming out of this with anything less than a draw, even at this early stage. Wilson knocks it on for the boob. Can he get onto that? No, he can't. The fact that he's on a yellow card now, I think we might look to sub him out. Cameron should surely have at least 45 minutes in his legs. The thing with the boob is that he can produce an absolute piece of magic out of nothing. It's more the booking that worries me now. As much as anything, it's just the fact that he's on a booking and we don't need to go down to 10 here. He's looking frustrated as well, which doesn't help. We might have to have a word, I think, to the boob after this game because his performances are just not... They're just not kicking along. He's actually, if anything, been quite poor, if we're being honest. But having Cameron on as well, that does give us a little bit more at set pieces, both attacking and defending as well, which is obviously a bonus for us. So we're going to have to go demand more now. Patrick Roberts isn't playing well either, so we'll get him off. We'll bring on Luis Felipe, and what we'll do is we'll just switch Ali and... Just switch them around. We might even leave... No, play him as a deep-lying playmaker. Play Ali as an advanced playmaker and get on with it. We haven't necessarily played badly. We just cannot shoot this game, can we? So we're going to have to give him a push forward in a second here. We have another sub if we need it. I don't necessarily know. You know what? Conrad Lima hasn't been playing well. Doyle Hayes has been after some football, so let's make that change. He's on a booking as well, which we don't. As I said, we don't want to be going down to 10 men here. This has been an absolute nightmare of a game. Push forward, and we've got to try. I don't want to be coming out of this game behind. I did not see this coming, if I'm honest. Leaves me a little bit worried, though it does make the second leg a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? We have 20 seconds here. Can we steal something late on? Doyle Hayes out to Stemenkovic. Can you get a cross in? No, see, everything, we've just been poor. The Arsenal game was really, really good. But to be honest, this is more like what we've seen against Everton and against Newcastle. We just haven't looked good. But I don't know what I'm going to do here. We have to have a team meeting or something. We don't want to overreact. We had 24 shots on goal, so in that respect, we were fine, I guess. But defensively, we were absolutely just. Did I go aggressive before? Don't think I did. So we'll go aggressive now. Patrick Roberts, let's just move on. Well, there it is. As I said, I don't think we saw that coming. That's really disappointing, and that's right. There was fury. There's still fury bubbling away inside. That makes that second leg a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? Luckily, we have Fulham beforehand at home, so we might be able to rest a few for that. But that's it for this episode. I do apologise. We had such a good game against Arsenal, and then what has happened there, I just don't know. But we're going to have some work in the second leg to dig ourselves out of that one. So there's a special episode tomorrow for the Carling Cup final. Make sure you come back in for that. That's going to be interesting. I think we should, well, I don't want to say we should win, but Southampton, it's very winnable, isn't it? Southampton final. I think we'll go with the kids again. Let me know in the comments or on Twitter at Aussie Villain what you think. I think we'll go with the kids. They got us to the final, so I think we need to give them a chance to win it for us. And we'll have goals of the month after the episode as well, although you can see goals have been pretty light on the floor this particular month. Hasn't been a fine month for us. But if you're new, like, subscribe, you know that. Otherwise, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow at Wembley.